Hello everyone, the name's Soulgiven, and I have single-handedly f***ed over this planet's whole ecosystem. Welcome to Subnautica, a game where Unknown Worlds puts a permanent debuff on you where you passively gain anxiety at an accelerated rate when around large bodies of water, fearing that there's some kind of goddamn Lovecraftian entities lying below. With Subnautica 2 being just around the corner, I thought it would be fun and healthy to get a refresher on the first game. Just want to say immediately that the score of this game is a solid 8 out of 10. It's a fantastic game with a beautiful world to explore and eldritch horrors to be scared shitless of. I also wanted to apologize for not uploading since the Heian era. College has been beating my ass mentally and just exhausted me. But hey, am I back? Yes. Have I mentally recovered?
No, sir.
The game starts out with a pretty typical survival scenario. You take place on a giant ship called the Aurora, and the captain flew by this planet 4546b. Unfortunately, he was drunk as hell and ended up crash landing onto the surface. You manage to flee through an escape pod and maybe suffer a minor concussion. After receiving brain damage, you wake up and put out the fire in your pod. Walking out of it, you get to see that, yeah, you might just be royally f***ed. Anyways, you play as a minimum wage janitor named Riley, who I'm just gonna say looks absolutely chopped as f***. You are the only lucky bastard who managed to get out of that whole situation, and now your current objective is to survive. To start off immediately, for a game that was early access released in 2014, the game genuinely looks really good. And sure, the graphics might not be anything crazy, but it's all about that art direction and the immersive environments they went with. From the rather welcoming safe shallows to the creepy and disturbing blood-kelp forests, most of the biomes from this game are interesting and completely stand out from one another, but an ocean isn't as interesting without its creatures. This game contains loads of interesting fauna to discover for yourself.
Smash.
A lot of the smaller creatures normally serve as your food source, while others are there to make sure that you get the full, authentic Thalassophobia experience.
Bring me that gas!
To add more to the immersive environments, I gotta give props to whoever made the music and the sound effects for this game. There's a lot of times where I played, I swore I heard something in the distance ready to jump me at a moment's notice, only for it to just be me bumping into something or my rebreather going off. Both the ambient noises and the music just blend with the background so well. In fact, here's a couple tracks for you to listen to. This game also has an extremely good sense of progression. Scouring around for this game's natural resources, as well as looking out for the remains of the Aurora to get schematics and blueprints for certain equipments, vehicles, and other forms of upgrades. I won't be talking too much about the story in this review, mostly because I would generally prefer if people had the chance to experience it for themselves. That aside though, this segues us to the next section as to why this game isn't a perfect 10 out of 10. Now let me make myself clear. I don't think the Leviathans are bad. I think they are a menacing, imposing threat that can be very easy to avoid. The Leviathans are clearly designed to deter you and be a threat rather than just be a persistent roaring beast that just constantly chases you down. However, with the way they designed it, it's extremely easy to avoid their attacks. Like even in the clip you saw earlier, I was able to just move out of the way and successfully escape that attack without getting hit once. This isn't really something they can do much to fix now, and it's more so something I hope see improved upon in Subnautica 2. The AI for the Leviathans. I want them to be a threat that can't necessarily be avoided so easily. But again, to be clear, I still think the ears are cool in concept. I just hope to see this significantly improved upon in Subnautica 2. Now for my real problems. Holy sh**, is this game buggy sometimes.
Okay, guess oh. What the fuck? Oh dear God, that's not. Yeah, you know what? I guess that I didn't need to bury him, I guess.
Damn, our friend here is as stiff as a board. What?
Ah, yes, you have inherited the power of Casper the Friendly F***ing Ghost. Jesus.
Yeah, nowhere in the PDA did it tell me that this thing just happens to have the power of no clip. Despite being a rather old game, this is still something I'd recommend to many people to this day when they ask me for a first game. It's truly an experience that I wish I could forget about just to try it again, because I know I'm not getting that back. On another note, if any of you are gonna mention Below Zero, I am not gonna review it, mostly because they're pretty much the same as the original. They're not too different aside from the environments they take place in. That aside though, I'm sorry this video is a lot shorter and not as super edited as usual. I just need to get back into the pace of making my videos. Anyway, shoutouts to my member Deltram, and with that said, like, subscribe, and share the video, or I will cause a Kara bacteria outbreak.